The defending champs were already stacked, and now they're getting even scarier with the emergence of this man right here. We had 3 games in the NBA to go through tonight, and we start in Boston, where this man, Payton Pritchard, has not only gotten better, he is running away with the 6th Man of the Year award as it currently stands. Boston hosting Detroit tonight. Boston coming off that loss to Memphis in Boston. No Jason Tatum for the Celtics, so they were going to need everybody else to step up, and early they did. You know all about these Celtics. On average, they make 19 threes a game. Derek White with an early 3 there. Then there's that 6th Man of the Year candidate. Detroit keeping it close, though, in this first quarter. Cade Cunningham continuing to soar. But now late in the first, Celtics up by 4. There is Pritchard again, navigating the paint and finding Cornette. Second quarter, and here he goes again. Instant offense off that bench. Pritchard for 3 now. Pritchard again. If you're a young point guard growing up, I would really study his bag. Detroit keeping it interesting, though, in the first half, and their rookie Ron Holland with his best game as a pro. But now here come the champs again. No Tatum tonight, and no problem. Brown with the interception and the behind the back to Holiday for 3. Not only is Payton Pritchard a flamethrower off that bench, he is so entertaining. Pritchard with a deep 3 now. Moments later, end of the first half, it's Pritchard again going to the rim and getting 2 more. Third quarter, Celtics in cruise control, and look at Kristaps Porzingis. Celtics up big, and Pritchard continuing to fire. By the way, after tonight, he scored 19 plus points in 7 of his last 8 games. And what I like most about him is it doesn't matter how much time is left on the clock, he's always going to give you his very best effort. Celtics cruise past the Pistons. Pritchard with 27 and 10 off the bench. This from Daniel Donabedian covering the Celtics on what Payton Pritchard had to say about winning the 6th Man of the Year award. Quote, "It's not something I really think about, but yeah, it would be an honor." I mean, when we see stuff like this, how can you debate it right now? Players with 95 plus threes this season, Anthony Edwards and Payton Pritchard. And check out these numbers in his last 8 games. I know we got a long way to go, but 18.5 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and an elite 3-point shooter. Celtics cruised at home. Meanwhile, in Miami, Jimmy Butler continuing to send signals with his hairstyles. Today, he dyed his hair orange. Miami hosting Toronto. Life without Scotty Barnes beginning for the Raptors for a while tonight. And in the early stages of this game, you could not tell the Raptors were missing their best player. They got off to an amazing start. Grady Dick for 3. Toronto continuing to soar ahead in the second. Jamal Shed the pick and the touchdown. Remember, this is a Toronto team that came into this game 1-11 on the road. The next thing you know, in the second quarter in Miami, they're up by 16, and the rookie Jacoby Walter with the and 1. But now here come the Heat later in the first half. Terry Rozier cuts it to 4. Miami down by 6 late in the first half, and here comes the orange-haired Jimmy. Now Miami on a flurry to close out this first half. Tyler Hero's turn. Third quarter, more Miami. Bam, finding Jimmy down low, posting up, calling for it, and hitting the midi. And this right here from Tyler Hero was the best move I saw all day. What a nasty crossover and a 4-point play. Heat broadcast calls him Mr. Ignitable, and here in this third quarter, here goes Mr. Ignitable. In the fourth, Miami now in full control. They come back from a 16-point first half deficit, and they command this game from there on out. Make that 4 wins in a row now for Miami, and again tonight, Tyler Hero with 23, 4-4, continuing his all-star campaign. Last but not least, Kings in New Orleans tonight dealing with Trey Murphy and the banged-up Pelicans. Murphy starts him off with a 3. Now Sacramento out and running. Domantas Sabonis had himself a crazy night. Pelicans down 7 late in the first, and how about this from Trey Murphy? This is exactly what the Pelicans are going to need without Brandon Ingram and Zion. Guys like Trey Murphy stepping up and showing out. Early in the second quarter, Murphy with a deep 3. Now it's CJ McCollum's turn with a deep triple. Third quarter, Pelicans up by 4. DeJounte Murray getting downhill. But now here comes Sacramento. Sabonis outside to DeRozan for 3. More from the Kings now on defense. More from Domantas Sabonis, starting it with a steal and getting it right back to DeRozan for another deep one. Sacramento up by 7. More defense from the Kings leading to more transition. Monk to Sabonis, the slam. Now in the fourth, Kings up by 11. It felt like they were in cruise control with 5 minutes to go. But even while being shorthanded, the Pelicans just kept fighting. McCollum cuts it to 3 with 2 minutes to go. Pelicans down by 5, a minute 30 to go, and CJ McCollum having himself quite the ball game. Contact and one. Pelicans down by 2, 11 seconds to go, a chance to tie it or take the lead, and DeJounte Murray gets stripped. Kings win. Much needed road victory for the Kings. Sabonis 32 and 20, DeRozan with 29. Speaking of Domantas Sabonis, with this monstrous game, he is one of my 2 players of the day. 32 and 20 is insane. The other player of the day, even in a losing effort, gotta give love to the rookie, Ron Holland. His best game as a pro, 26 points. Yes, 20 of them were in the fourth quarter in what you may call garbage time, but he looked really good tonight. And some NBA news to go through before we get out of here today. We saw the Jimmy Butler hair. His agent said Shams' reporting was not accurate yesterday. Shams had this to say, quote, "I 1000% stand by my reporting. It's fully vetted, and as a professional, that's what I do. Report truthfully and accurately. That's what this is, period." And tonight in the post-game press conference, Jimmy Butler was asked about his hair and about his agent and Shams going at it. Jimmy said there are no subliminal messages in his hair. And about his agent and Shams going at it, Jimmy said, as of course only Jimmy could, quote, "I effing love it." Let's end with a standings update tonight. The Wild Wild West still as wild as ever. Nothing changes tonight. Sacramento gets back to 500. It's still crazy to me to look at the Pelicans and see them at 5 and 21. I know all the injuries they've had, but still, I can't fathom that record. And then in the East, Miami now 2 wins behind New York for the 4 seed. And of course, in that play-in picture, can Detroit do enough to catch up to the 10 seed and make it to that play-in game? We'll have to wait and see. The top 2 in the East are running away with it, the Cavs and the Celtics.